Spider-Man PS4 Pro. Kel, you're up.
I don't hate it. I actually like it. I just think it looks atrocious on your like entertainment center. Like if you have like a nice blacked out entertainment center with all these cool stuff, this stands out like a sore thumb. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a eyesore sort of, right? But it looks cool though, in my opinion. But if you see that, if you just walk into a room, you're like, oh, what is that? Like, why is that red and why is that like standing out so much? You know?
When I see red on things like this kind of red, and it reminds me like a teenager, right?
Like a
a
toy?
teenager would own this or something like that. And if you're like a Marvel fan or something like that, this would look cool on a collection or on a shelf or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't like the controller color. I don't like that. On the picture we have here, it almost looks like a pink red, like more like.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? So like
it almost looks fake in my opinion because it doesn't have the colors on the bottom of the handles, right? It's just completely red. So it just looks like it's, I don't know, it's just all one blob of red for some reason.
100%. Like I get the point. It's Spider-Man. Again, it's simple. It's just like, yes, this is a Spider-Man console. Got it. But I think they could have did a better job where they could have added his blue onto the.
Exactly.
You know, I know they were trying to hit like with Spider-Man. He had like the white gloves and all, like he had a little bit of white on his costume. But
the Insomniac look to it, yeah.
Right. They could have definitely added some of the blue, the red and blue, and then added it on the controller. I think they could have had something crazy here, but they kind of stuck safe. They went on the safe side with this.
You think you C tier? Or D tier? You're going D tier, aren't you?
I'm going D. I'm going to go D.
You're going D tier, aren't you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going D. Sorry, Spider-Man. I love you, but
yeah, I know what they were trying to do, but it again, like you said, maybe they could have added a little bit of the blue to kind of enhance some of those colors, but that red is just really stands out too much, and it kind of hurts your eyes once you keep looking at it for so long.
Right, especially after the other ones we've seen on this list, like the Kingdom Hearts one,
right.
The 500 million. Right, this is D, and even the Batman one. The Batman one's better than this one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
2018 Days of Play. I don't hate it.
You don't hate it? Okay.
I don't hate it.
I think it's cool. I like the blue. It's a very royal blue, right? And the sacred symbols look dope. Like the color scheme for it, like the gold is just kind of like plastered right in the middle, but like it has like the cool little small details to each X, O, and square and triangle. I think that's pretty cool. And then the controller itself having the little X's and O's, like the sacred symbols on the touchpad, that's dope.
Cool
like that's pretty cool. That's a very cool feature.
Giving it more points because of that little thing. Now, this was the opposite for me with the Spider-Man. With the Spider-Man thing, it kind of hurt my eyes. Looking at this is like refreshing. Like it's a cool color.
I still wouldn't like it under my entertainment center just because
it's too blue.
I mean, it's too blue, right? But it's definitely better than the red, in my opinion.
And if you're a Sony fan, this is just like a cool thing to collect because it is such a Sony looking paint job. You know, it just has. I'm gonna say, man, that the PS4 Slim is not a good looking console compared to the original. I think that the original was a beautiful console. It's very like angular and it had shape to it. It just looks like blah. Yeah. You know?
Doesn't look appealing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all. And that's probably what is really hurting some of these for me because just the way it looks on the console itself, it doesn't do much for me. But if it was on the OG PS4, for example, I think it would be much more appealing.
Yeah, I think this one's not bad. I think
I would probably.
What are you gonna
go ahead? I would say I was just gonna say I think C, honestly. It's good, it's nice, but it doesn't do anything for me as far as like, you know, wanting this console. Like I wouldn't want to purchase this console because again, the blue is nice, but it's not something that I would particularly want in my entertainment system. You know,
I'm gonna bump it up, man. I'm gonna give it a B. I give it a B for effort. You know, they put a little bit of effort as far as like trying to get the little symbols in there. They didn't just slap the symbols on there. They have like little symbols around, and then on the touchpad it looks really cool too. So and the color is pretty. It's not bad. So I think I'll give this one a B.
Okay.
So you're giving it a C, you said?
I gave it a C.
All right, we have now the 2019 Days of Play console.
I'm gonna just say this is bad. Like it went straight back to uninspired, and like I don't care. Like I didn't have enough coffee. I'm tired. I just want to go home. It's the weekend. Let's just plaster this and call it a day type of.
Yeah, I like the color. I like the gunmetal gray. I think it's cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously this is not an F tier. It's just lazy.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm gonna say D right off the jump. It's D.
D. It's D. 100%. I mean, literally nothing was done to this. This is like the color is different, and then there's just the sacred symbols. That's it.
It's just a little better than a normal PS4. It's like you have a normal PS4, or you can have this one. You're just like, wow,
like it doesn't matter. Like, fine, give me what you have. I don't care.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, there's not. It's funny because like
not
there's
much
not
to
much
say.
to say. It's just,
no. On to the next, really.
All right. God of War.
Boy.
I
love it. I gotta call my son boy. I don't know why I don't do that.
You have to do it. You have to do that.
I have to. He's not gonna listen though. But.
No, he won't. He'll just start crying.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think of this? I'm interested to see what you think. Like, what the color scheme wise, what do you think of the colors?
I think the colors are really cool.
Okay.
I'm digging the colors. I think they're kind of work. The yellow with the white with the gray kind of works well together. I don't know exactly what's going on with the symbols though. The symbols, I know it's supposed to be like the Leviathan axe, right? It's supposed to be the axe
Sure.
with the handle on the right. But this doesn't scream God of War to me, other than the fact that obviously the controller and the touchpad says God of War on the middle. I don't hate it. I don't think it's like, oh my god, that's fire. It's like they did a good job. It's just
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it.
You don't even like it a little bit. Okay.
I don't. It's one of those things where you say it doesn't look like God of War. Like I mean, besides the symbols in the front, sure, but the colors, I don't know. It just doesn't scream God of War. I don't really.
This is
like who knows what the front of that means.
This is something that was a good idea in theory, but they didn't execute it correctly. They tried to put the axe and make the console into the axe, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what's going on in the middle there with the yellow. I don't know what that is. I can't really tell from here, but it just doesn't.
Does it look like a mess to you a little bit? Is it a little messy?
It's messy. It's a messy kind of look to it, because one, you have the symbols in the front, and then you have the symbols on top that represent the Leviathan axe, but then it doesn't really go hand in hand with what they're trying to like execute. I feel like it just doesn't really make sense, because it's all over the place in my opinion. And then add that along with the colors, doesn't really scream God of War to me, so I'm like, it's really uninteresting.
Are you giving this a C or D?
I'd give it a D.
D.
When you put a lot of words on top of a console, it just doesn't really appeal to me, in my opinion.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on the D, but I'm also, because I'm looking at this makes me want to give the Kingdom Hearts 1 an A now, because I'm like, the Kingdom Hearts 1 actually, the symbols are cool and they did a good job with that, versus this one, it's just kind of a mess, you know?
Yeah, it's a mess. And then the controller, they
mess.
tried, but they plastered the God of War in the middle of the D-pad, which is uninspiring there. It just doesn't really do much. The color, I guess, is cool with like the little silver, but that's it, honestly.
They should have just like put like boy, like just hit like
just plastered boy.
Just boy.
I would have known his God of War better than this, to be honest.
Right, exactly. So yeah, we'll give it a D. I hope Kratos doesn't come here and murder us, but we're gonna give it a D.
Sure. I was just gonna say they could have done a better job, considering that's like one of their biggest AAA lineup games, you know.
Right. Yeah, D it is. Destiny. So very similar in color scheme to the God of War.
Very, but I think that they executed this way better, in my opinion. Right off the bat, the color, the white makes it look very classy, very like premium, right? Similar to like the PS5 now, right? And then on top of that, you have the gold aesthetics to it with the Destiny logo on the top left. Makes it look really nice. The symbol in the middle, I don't know much about Destiny, but it looks pretty cool. And then just the whole console itself having like that map sort of look to it, that looks really cool. And then add all that together with the little blue when you turn on the console, and that looks really dope.
I think you summed it up pretty well just now. Only thing I'm gonna strike it against is the controller. Nothing crazy happened in controller. It's just white and black, which is whatever.
Yep.
Very clean, nothing crazy happening. And again, this is another example about how some of these limited edition consoles benefited from the original PS4's shape versus
100%.
the newer ones that kind of suffered. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. It's an A because it's simple. A. It's just there's nothing crazy happening, but it's just like a nice looking piece. They did a good job.
Again, it's one of those where you can definitely keep this on top of your shelf and just kind of keep it. Even if you move on and purchase another PS4, like this is something that you don't want to sell because it looks that good.
Exactly. Again, it's just simple, but it's also intricate. Again, with the map on the bottom there, I like what they did here. I think if they would have done something with the controller, it could have bumped it up to an S tier. You know? Yeah. So we're gonna go A on that one. Next.
S.
Tell us. All right.
S tier, baby.
Okay, bro. Metal Gear Solid 5.
S tier.
Take the floor. What are they doing right here?
So this is bias aside, right? Bias aside.
Kelvin actually owns this console. Just letting you guys know.
I have this thing, right? And it's right now it's kind of stored away, but it is a beauty of a console. And I purchased it very well knowing I had a PS4 already. But it just Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games, right? And then just seeing the console itself, how the two-tone dope. Obviously it's kind of like representing a snake's arm, right? And on top of that, having like the little logo on the bottom or on the top or middle side of the left there with the diamond dogs. Beautiful. It just looks premium. It looks cool. I don't know, man. It's so cool. It looks really dope.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was this a European and Asia exclusive? You could not get this in the US, so you had to import it. Correct.
And it was the best $600 I spent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, they knocked it out of the park with this one. I like the fact that they went that gunmetal gray for the controller instead of trying to go gold or red and try and match it.
Or red. If they did the red, I would have been disappointed, honestly, because it just would have been too much, you know?
Exactly. I think everything about this console is fantastic. It is just everything complements each other, right? They have the little diamond dog. And again, it's little things on the controller that can really enhance it and bring it up to this level, right? Like you have the little symbol of the diamond dog, something crazy, okay? But at least it's something. And then they have the little arrows that complement that red piece on the actual console itself. So bravo, whoever designed this. They did a good job, and hence why you bought it and imported it. Yeah, this is S tier. This is the best one.
S tier for sure.
I think this is the best one so far.
Again, bias aside, like this is just, it looks gorgeous.
All right, next one. Now we have a contender here. 20th anniversary edition PS4.
All right, what do you think? I'm interested because it's very simplistic, right, in design. But there's just one little thing that just adds to this, right? And I'm sure you know what it is that makes it such a unique console, right?
I mean, it's nostalgia. It's just a nostalgia. It's just a PlayStation, OG PlayStation symbol right there. And it's just a 100% callback to the original PlayStation. And again, the original PlayStation wasn't the best looking console, right? But they were able to take that color of it, and you see it in the PS4, and it's really, and again, I think if they would have used the PS4 Slim on this, trash, but because 100%. Of that shape of the PS4, I think they did a really good job with this one. I think if they would have done any crazy stuff to it, I think it would have ruined it. I like that they just went the simple gray with the PS4 with the PS symbol, and I'm pretty sure if you press the open button, it makes the PlayStation 1 noise. I think I'm not 100% sure.
I think so. You're right. And again, you didn't mention it. The color of the logo is a callback to PlayStation 2. You know. No. But like it's not just the logo. It's colored, and that makes it nostalgic for us. You know. So bravos to them too. Like that's just simplistic, but like perfectly executed.
Yeah, I would love to have something like this just for the nostalgia side. I think I couldn't even get it because it's just sold out immediately. Again, S tier. I think this is an S tier console because it's legendary, right? You just made the original just look that much better and enhanced it. Bravo. All gold PS4.
I hate it. I can't.
Wait till the next one. Wait till the next one.
I hate it. I don't know, man. It doesn't really do anything for me. It just kind of like, I don't know, gives me a bitter taste in my mouth, honestly. It's just like,
gaudy.
Right.
It's just gaudy. It's just a gaudy looking like, it's not real gold. It's just
definitely F tier for me, to be honest.
It's F tier? Yeah, I would say it's F tier too. It's just, but here's the thing is that when you look at like phones and laptops and they come in gold, do you still hate it, or do you think they do a better job than kind of like what they did here?
I mean, I personally won't go for a gold phone or anything like that. Like, I know they had gold phones in the past, but it doesn't appeal. Like, there's nothing about it for me that stands out. I mean, we talked about the previous ones earlier, right? Where they have something that actually stands out to us and actually has some type of like nostalgic purposes. This doesn't have any purpose besides it being gold, So I don't know. I think this will probably be F tier for sure, in my opinion. Because it doesn't do anything different. It doesn't do anything crazy. Literally, it's just gold. It's just a slap of different paint to it, and that's it.
I'm going to agree with you. Because I hate the PS4 Slim. I think it's a hideous console. And maybe if this was on the PS4 original, it would get a better grade. But because it's on the ugly console, we're going to give this a big fat F with the Call of Duties.
Yep. Speaking of gold, next one, right?
Oh, next one. Here we go. Taco Bell PS4. Let's go.
Come on, man. Like this. I was talking hella shit about the last one, but this one looks kind of dope. I'm not going to lie.
So
like, yo, this is dope. And it goes back to it being the original PlayStation 4, because now what they did was they added a two-tone to it, and they had gold on the top and then black on the bottom, which kind of makes it stand out a little bit better.
Yeah, I think 100% right. The gold and black is a cool combo. Again, all just gold is just too much gold. But it's crazy because we had that all silver PS4 because of the Batman, right? I really do think the PS4 Slim is just a not good looking console, and it really hampers what the design is going to be. This is cool. The only problem I have with this is that you couldn't get it unless you did a special giveaway through Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's a bummer for sure. Like, this would have been really nice to look at on top of a shelf or something like that, but yeah, it kind of goes against what I just said, sort of. But again, little things really change like your perspective, right? Like, just the little things that they do. This being the OG PS4, and on top of that having that two-tone really does change.
Let me pause you there too. I think the two-tone really helps a lot with the original PS4. We see the Metal Gear Solid 5 one, and that's two-tone. I think the two-tone just really helps that console look. Just really brings it out.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably put this B tier, honestly.
Yeah,
because it's not C tier. I think it's a little bit better than that. A tier, definitely not. But I think it's in a sweet spot there with B.
Yeah. Also, too, you couldn't even get it at the time. You had to win through sweepstakes, which is kind of crazy. So yeah. But it was designed by Sony. So B. This is cool.
Also, it's pretty cool that Sony kind of partnered with Taco Bell just to do this. Like, that's pretty dope.
I'm glad. It's kind of random that they kind of went with like a gold and black system instead of like a Taco Bell kind of looking system. Maybe because they're like, who wants a Taco Bell symbol system? But I'm like, I would love to have a Taco Bell.
I mean, there's people for sure. Yeah. Us being one of them.
This one's probably the most recent one. Death Stranding PS4.
What do you think?
I like it.
I like it too.
I think they did a fantastic job with this. Again, you have that complementing with the middle, where it's yellow and the controller is yellow. But not only is the controller yellow and see-through, it's the same color as like what you put that baby in. It's that
beacon
color and it's see-through. Like,
yeah,
that is a great attention to detail.
I mean, of course, in the mind of Kojima, I don't know if he had any, part in, building this, but it does kind of complement him well, right? this console looks very thought out, right? Like there was a lot of thought put into this, and there was a lot of sit down meetings and like, all right, how are we gonna make this console kind of like stand out and make it really Death Stranding themed? And they did a perfect job, I feel like. Again, the controller kind of symbolizing the beacon where you hold the baby, the handprints, the whole theme of the game with like the ink and all that stuff. Like I think it's very Death Stranding. Like you can definitely tell this is a Death Stranding console without even looking at the front, which is also pretty cool because it has like that small detail with it being gold. So very well done. And again, small detail with it having the top and the bottom of the console being white and then the middle being black, which kind of just adds to that.
It's kind of like the PS5, huh? Yeah, my answer for this one is an S. This is great job.
S tier, man. Yeah, I me personally, I wouldn't really put it in my living. Like I don't know. Like it looks cool for sure. I just don't know if I would. It's just a
cool piece.
I wouldn't buy it, but it's a cool piece, 100%. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think this is fantastic. This is one of their best looking consoles to date. Again, it's one of the last ones they ever made because it came out in September of this past year. So, last one is kind of a bonus, but doesn't really count because it was never released in the States. And this is the Persona 5 consoles. If you scroll down here, you can see it. They had three different kinds. One that had Morgana, one that had Joker with all of the different, your companions, and then a black one with him taking off the mask there. These are every single one is really well done, and I'm kind of jealous that we never got them.
I'm very jealous. Again, the only thing I don't like is that it's on the slim, so it doesn't make it as cool. But the art style, fantastic, right? Like it looks, each and every one of them look pretty cool, especially the black one, right? I feel like that one's probably my favorite one. But yeah, there's nothing really bad to say about them besides it being on a slim console. But because the art style looks phenomenal in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. If you notice, the Morgana one and the black one are actually just PS4 Slims, and then the one on the left here is a PS4 Pro. So
I see that. That's my favorite.
Whichever one. So if you wanted the black one, it had to be a PS4, a normal PS4. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give those all an A. I'm not gonna give them S. I'll give them an A.
I would probably say A for the bottom two, and then I would probably do a B for the Morgana one.
Yeah.
Just because it's cool, but it's all right, like.
Right. So before we wrap up this video, man, let's first go through what do you think was the worst console on this list. Just to reiterate, we're gonna go with what we gave basically Fs. We're gonna go with the gold console and the Call of Duties. Those were kind of like, do you think, which out of those do you think was the worst?
I think I'm gonna have to give it to the Call of Duty one. I mean, the gold console is pretty. Oh, the Black Ops 3 one.
Black Ops 3. Yeah.
They were all pretty bad. But again, the little touch with the Call of Duty War that War for PS4, that one was pretty cool because it had like the console, like the little mini console logos on it. And then the gold one is bad, but it's not like
horrendous.
It's not horrendous.
Solid color,
it's just,
it can't go wrong. Yeah.
Exactly. So meanwhile, Black Ops 3 just looks stupid. Like it just like why whoever bought this, I'm sorry if you bought this.
Like we're not trying to shit on you, but we're shitting on you.
I'm not trying to shit on you, but it just looks bad, and I'm pretty sure regretting it at this point. But it is what it is. They poor choice in colors. I think that's what really makes it bad. And then making it like a 3, like the Roman symbol 3, it just looks bad. It's bad. It's a bad.
And
overall.
again, the original PS4 shape can't save it either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's bad.
That's one of those where like you don't even notice it being on the OG PS4. It's just that bad of a like simplistic look to it that you're just like, oh, that's right. It doesn't even save the fact that it's on like the OG PS4.
Yeah, I agree. That's the worst one on this list. I think. Let's go with the best. So we gave an S to the 500 million PS4, the Metal Gear Solid 5 PS4, and the 20th anniversary edition PS4, and I think we gave the Death Stranding. I know your answer already. I know your answer. Go ahead and tell everyone what it is.
Well, hang on. I think there's a good debate, right, between the Metal Gear Solid 5 one and which one? Which else did we do? The 20th anniversary one.
20th anniversary one, Death Stranding, and the 500 million. The light.
Yeah,
blue
the
one.
Death Stranding one is actually really well made. You know.
Yeah, they're all honestly. There's no wrong answer here. But for me, if I had to pick one that I had to keep, and this is the one, I'm gonna pick the 20th anniversary PS4.
That one's nice.
It's just nostalgic. It's not gonna age. It's good looking. It's simple. It's just everything. That's 100% it. That's the best one in my opinion. Kelv, which one is yours? You gotta pick one.
I agree, man. I think that one is nice.
Is that the one?
No, okay. I think I agree with you. I think what really kind of almost changed my mind when you said something. You said it won't age, and I agree with you. It's not gonna age because of the simplistic style that they put to it, right? However, I'm gonna go with Metal Gear Solid 5.
You bought it. So.
You were right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It does. I can definitely see this aging, right? Like I feel like if I took it out now, it could look like it's aged. But the picture itself doesn't do it justice either. Like if you look at it hands on, like it does look really nice. But I agree. I think the 20th anniversary is probably one of the best ones. But if I had to choose, I would definitely be on the Metal Gear Solid 5 size.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. We went through all of these PS4s. In the comment section below, please let us know which is your favorite. Let's have a conversation. Kelv, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.
See you guys.